Hello, good evening, and how are you today? Uh, I'm well today. I want to share with you something, and what I want to share with you today is about a topic or something that is so sensitive to us, and a topic that is not so far away from us, and it is stealing. Stealing, maybe in your own ways you can define it. I'm not going to check in the dictionary. I'm not going to Google its meaning, but the moment it is mentioned to you, you already know what it means. I know you have encountered it along the way as you are growing. I know that you've encountered it even now that you are an adult. I know you've encountered it at home, maybe in school, maybe out here in life, and maybe you've lost things through that act, and it is not so good, it is not pleasing, and nobody prefer that it be repeated again to them. So, according to me, stealing is taking something from someone that does not belong to you, either forcefully or without them willing. Yes, that's how I can define it. Anything that you have with you in your house that does not belong to you, that you did not acquire in the right way, that you took from someone without their consent, or maybe took it forcefully from someone, that automatically qualifies or or to be an act of stealing. Yes, and so you stole. There is no argument about. Uh, eh, we've had people who've lost items through stealing. Others have nearly lost this in the process. Others have lost their properties, there's phones, others expensive gadgets like laptops. Others have lost ushago, wamepoteza mbuzi, wamepoteza kuku, wamepoteza so many things. Kwa businesses, people have lost money, have lost capital, have lost customers also, because the moment a customer steals from you, then that means that person breaks away from being a regular customer because of maybe the act that makes him or her find it difficult to come again to your shop and try to purchase something. Now, according to the Bible, the commandments, I use NIV version, and according to it, we have the 10 commandments that were given to Moses. And one out of the 10 commandments says that you shall not steal. So that means you shall not take anything that does not belong to you from the person that is close to you, from the person that is your friend or your enemy. You shall not take something that does not belong to you from them without their consent or forcefully. Because once you do that, you have broken a law you have broken God's law, and which is bad, because the Lord despises stealing. The Lord despises taking things that do not belong to you and forcing them to be your own. The Bible encourages us to work with our own hands, to do genuine works, to acquire things in the right way, to acquire possessions in the right way, and that one pleases the Lord. Maybe another thing I want to say about stealing is that number one, theft ama stealing aweze kufanya rich. Stealing cannot make you meet all your needs. Stealing does not make you comfortable. Stealing does not justify any other thing that you acquire out of maybe the money that you've gotten from stealing does not make it rightful, that does not make your properties be rightfully acquired. So it's better kama umeiba simu ukauza ukapata pesa ukachukua ukanunua gari, bado the whole of that process is wrong, and it is bad even before the sight of the Lord. Maybe something I want to share with you that people do not understand is that the act of stealing is physical. You steal what you see. Maybe the stealing I'm talking about here is not maybe the emotional one, the mental one. It's just that one whereby you take something that is not yours from a person and forcefully make it yours, or make it yours without their consent. So hiyo ni property too. So making that thing become yours, when you take something from someone that does not belong to you, makes you a thief. Yes, it qualifies you to be a thief. It does not matter whether you stole a pencil, you stole 50 shillings from a person, or you stole a car from a person. The thing that is common, the thing that is general, is that you took that person forcefully from that person, and they did not want that. And if asked, they could have preferred to retain their item instead of changing that ownership to you. They've not given you. You never asked for the rate in the right manner, and so it is in your hands illegally. And the physical act seems so small, because kama mimi nikienda kwa neighbor yangu nichukue kitu kidogo kama nini, niende kwa nyumba ya neighbor yangu nipate kikombe nitamani, nimwambie nijue nikimwambia anipe hata nipea. So I look for a cunning way. Namwambia niwekee tu maji kwa kikombe, niende nayo kwangu, then nitarudisha, but ikifika kwangu najua nilimwomba juu nilitamani, so I'm not going to take that item back to his or her house, so and time making that my property in case the neighbor is not going to come to my house to pick it. so that automatically qualifies me to be a thief. Ukisikia mtu ama wewe kama ushawahi ibiwa simu, that is theft, that was a stealing act happening. Kama ushaichukua pesa ya mako kwa cupboard bila consent yake, that was stealing. Kama ushaienda kwa rafiki yako ukachukua nguo ukamwambia, ukachukua nguo ukasema ukatarudisha ukifanya yako, that one too is stealing. So kama ushaienda kwa kama ushaingia kwa matatu, conductor akakosa kupitisha change, conductor akasahau kupitisha fare, wakati uliona haja kuitisha na ukasema ukimianguka ukatoka kwa gari ukaenda, that one is stealing. Kama ushawahi chukua pesa za rafiki yako kazini akasahau kukitisha ukasema umeangukia, that was stealing. Kama ushainyang'anywa simu, that is a stealing act. Kama ushafanya nini? Kama so I think those exam. Kama wewe ni employer, ushawahi kosa kumlipa employee wako pesa zake because nadhani they are small, they are compared to you and there is nothing they can do, that was stealing. So always wote wakiletwa pamoja wakwe kwa kikapu moja, watekwa kwa that category of those people who've stolen. So and kama washaiba, that means they are thieves. The Bible is against that. The Bible detests that. The Bible rebukes that. And it's not something good. It's not stealing. It's not something that you can teach your kid as morals when they are growing up. Instead, you are going to rebuke them. You are going to beat them up if they try showing signs of stealing. You don't want them to be like that when they grow up, because it is a danger. The consequences of stealing are so great, are so expensive. The person can lose their lives. A person can lose even their a person can be hurt by, for example, mob justice. Wewe ukishika ukiiba, watu wenye wote washaibiwa wanatoa hasira zao na wewe, which is if you are caught by the law again, you are going to spend a lot of time in prison, which is not good. That time maybe you could have used it to do something else, to improve your skills, to be a better people, instead of kukaa prison ukifanya kazi yenye hulipwi. Okay, I'm not so sure the prison not paying their lakini okay, anasema like ati mahabusu ni wafanyikazi wa serikali, so unafanya kazi hulipwi and that is okay because nakuaga hivyo, and it's you who did something that took you there. So whatever they offer, it's upon you. So kwa hapa kwa cannot book of mine, I've tried to kueka a chain of maybe of the things that happen when you steal, from the moment you steal and archive. I don't know whether you've seen or maybe I'll label yourself, but maybe you can short form it, can try to make it small. So the first thing that happens when you steal, first you feel excited because you have accomplished something and you are not caught. You are lucky because si lazima uibe na upone. Some are caught, some are beaten, some are handcuffed and taken to the prison. So after your excitement, remember, you are not alone in this act of stealing. So there is this big stealing from. So this person will be left sad, scared and shaking. They don't understand why you've taken their property. They did not steal. They might not have stolen it from someone, but you took it without their permission. You threatened them. You wanted to kill them. And so they'll be shaking, they'll be scared, and they'll be fearful. So what happens after this is that you are going to go to your home, and this person, the victim, is going to go to their home. The victim is going to go to narrate to their family what happened during the day, what happened during that particular act. So that the victim and the person they are going to narrate to the story, they are going to rebuke you, they are going to rebuke the act, they are going to curse you, and they wish that all that you've acquired from them in the wrong manner is not going to help you. So you, on the other hand, maybe you might not go directly home, but you'll go maybe make a sale if it is something that of value, then get the money that you're going to acquire, buy some few items because you don't even want your wife to know what you just did. So you go do shopping here and there and take it to your wife. You take it to your children. You take to them. They become excited. They have acquired them from their father. They have acquired them from the husband, and they're going to thank you and even bless. I ask God to bless the work of your hands. You see what the problem is that what is going to be blessed is that the stealing act, what you are doing illegally. So that if that is to be multiplied, then you have if God is going to answer their prayer, the thing is that you are going to be at a higher level. Matter stealing, maybe if you're stealing phones, you go ahead and look for laptops, look for cars. You start becoming a high class thief. On the other hand, So umeshabarikiwa kazi ya kuiba, kazi yenye ni illegal, think that God's hate. Also remember, you've been rebuked by the victim. They've spoken bad, ill against what you've just done. They've cursed you. In short, it's just a mess thing. Remember, in this two instances, nobody has prayed for you to turn your ways, because number one, nobody knows. For example, your family does not know that is what you are doing. And another thing is that very few are going to pray for you to change. Very few victims are going to pray for you to change. So you cannot rely on the prayers from the victims to change your ways ama kuokoka. So in case it happens that you want to change it will be a very personal decision. It is you who is deciding that you do not want this thing, and you don't want to live this life anymore. You want to turn your ways. So here you are under your mind, you are working under curses of the victims, and you are operating under the blessings of your spouse and your children, who wants your work, that which is illegal, to be blessed, so that they can benefit like they did before. And the problem is, at the end, okay, wahenga husema siku za mwizi ni 40, and one day you'll be caught, and one day you're not going to escape. And the moment you'll be caught, it will be too bad for you. That is the stealing that is done forcefully. How about the others? How about the others which seems soft, like in a car, soft stealing? Like you just go to your friend and take their thing and make it yours without their permission. The truth is, maybe they are not going to show you that they felt bad about it, and maybe some even might not notice, but the truth is their relationship would be affected. Okay, maybe what I say is that the life that we live is more spiritual than physical. If I have a friend whose habit is just taking things from me, make it them their own, whether I'm noticing or maybe not noticing, is that the relationship will just start being distasteful. I just reach a point that, okay, I don't want their company so much. I don't want to be associated with them. We don't laugh too often. We're not just so close, but yes, hatuelei sana what is making it that way, but it's the small, just like the small good habits strengthen a union between friends and maybe between partners also. The bad small habits weaken the union slowly by slowly, whether you're knowing it or without knowing. And by the time you realize you're too cold to each other, that you are almost becoming strangers, which is bad. Another thing about stealing is that mind yako inakuwa closed. Okay, an average person ama a normal person ama a person who lives their lives, people who live their lives genuinely looking forward to use what they have to gather more, ama utilizing the things that they have, maybe the works, the things that they can do with their hands, the things that they can do with their brain. These people usually grow because they are constantly looking for ways in which they can be better. They are looking for ways they can be more productive. They are looking for ways that they can be able to solve little problems in the right way. And hawa tu huwa na grow their mind is strengthened positively, and they are even motivated to do things with the works of their hands. They are motivated to not just to they're motivated not just to rely on what is given to them, but they are motivated to just be fruitful in ways that they can. So this person cannot compare them to a person who is stealing, because number one, this person is going to grow mentally, because they are training their mind to think. They are training their mind to be powerful. They are training their mind to give solutions to the problems. They are training their minds to think of a better thing, and once they get to that better thing, they look for another better thing to continue with the good works they are doing. This one, you cannot compare it to a thief, because number one, a thief hataki kuchoka. The thief wants to gain what does not belong to him. Quick money, they want quick money, they want quick property, they want just quick way of acquiring resources. And that person, your brain, mostly their brains are left asleep. They just they want to a quick way to fix things. They want a quick way to solve problems. They want a quick way. It doesn't matter whether it is right or wrong, and because the wrong is easier to do than the right, they find themselves falling from the wrong thing, and that so their brain, their mind is strengthened in the wrong things. Their mind is strengthened for the things that are bad, which are evil, and which makes the devils happy, and which are distasteful to the Lord. Another thing, so comparing the person who is who prefers stealing than working with what they have, you can see that the person who works generally they are powerful, they are strong in their brains. Their minds are set in a way that they think of solutions that are in the right way. Solutions that have been gotten in the right way, as opposed to just a quick way to fix something that is wrong. So another thing is that the person who is stealing is breaking a law, and the person who is not stealing is keeping a law. So the person who is stealing, number one, has the advantage that they have the person who is not stealing, has the blessings of God, because they are keeping the law. The person who is stealing is breaking a law, and from God's perspective is doing a wrong thing. And if God were to punish those who are breaking the law, then they would be counted in. Another thing is that nobody was created to steal. Hakuna mtu aliumba kuiba. Ati God knitted you together in your mother's womb, knew you before you were born, and so when you are born, you grow up like every other kid, and then kakupea purpose ya kuiba. So after you finish stealing, you will die, and that way you fulfilled your purpose. That is not the case. Nobody was created to steal. And so this means that the moment you are stealing, the moment you've committed yourself to stealing, you are you are moving in the opposite direction of your purpose. You're doing what you're not supposed to do. You are giving time to things that you were not created for, and so you're just wasting yourself. You're just wasting your life, and at the end of your life, you'll have accomplished the mission of the devil, and you'll not have accomplished the purpose of God in your life. So to be a waste of life, to be a waste of everything, to be a waste of a full tens and tens of years, because when you are going to give an account, if you were to give an account to the Lord, you just say, I've done my life, I just did everything that you did not want me to do. What a shame, what an embarrassing situation. Not just it will just be a waste. Meaning, I don't know whether you feel what I feel when I think about a life wasted, a whole 70 years wasted. Ni kama kuchukua millions fresh ndani ya choo. Ni kama kuchukua ni kama kujenga mansion juu ya sand. Ni kama kutengeneza boat yenye iko na shimo. It's just something that does not work. Okay, something that is evil, something that is so wasteful that yenye haikusaidii mtu. Unafanya tu for the sake, and something that you cannot be proud of. So stealing, if you're stealing, you're just wasting your life. Another thing is that the moment you steal, like I said earlier, you are breaking God's commandment by stealing. So if you're breaking God's commandment, that means you are keeping you are following an order somewhere, and the order you are following is that which is from the devil. So the devil is glad by what you are doing. He's excited. He is clapping because he has fulfilled a mission to take you away from God's will, to take you somewhere where there is no fulfillment, of the purpose of your life. And atakuwa ameachieve what he wanted, and which is long. The Bible does not support any stealing anywhere. So just remember, when you steal, you are on your own. What the Bible says is that I can't remember the exact book, but I think it is Ecclesiastes that says that the Lord has given you, has given me a very special gift, a very unique gift, and that is freedom of choice. You can choose. You can be able to choose what you want. Yes, and this I say as I conclude. You can choose what you want. This time, okay. The truth is, God amekupea ability to choose. Si dictator. He does not come tell you, I'ma force you to do, to forcefully tell you to do things. Hakuji akushike mkono, akushikanishe mkono, akwambie kuja huku, twende huku, enda kule, piga kona, amka, simama, lala. There's nothing like that. He does not he does not drive your life that way. He has given you a freedom of choice such that you can choose what you want. You can choose what you want to be. You can choose what you want to do. And with that freedom, you can just be. That means you can just be what you want to be. Naweza amua kuiba, naweza amua kufanya kazi, naweza amua kulala, fanyiwe kazi, naweza amua kuamka kujituma, unaweza amua kufanya hivyo, unaweza amua kufanya good, unaweza amua kwenda kanisa siku ya worship, unaweza choose kukaa nyumbani, unaweza you can just decide to be anything. Unaweza amua kuvuta mabangi, mapombe, manini, unaweza amua kutokutumia any of them. But the thing what the Bible wants us is that in all of them, in anything that we choose, there is a consequence for each one of them. Nikiamua kutumia alcohol na drugs, there is a consequence for that. We see them out there. We see the consequences that come with that. Nikiamua kuiba, there is a consequence for that. We've seen people huko nje venye okay, their lives, the thieves that we can be able to spot, we can be able to know them, we can see how their lives are, see how their lives are faring. We can see how useless he is to steal, or how unaiba, and there is nothing to show for it. There is nothing to show for the times that you did not sleep. Saa 8 ulikuwa natembea kwenyewe ukitafuta kuku za kuiba, ukitafuta ng'ombe za kuiba, ukifungia watu kwa barabara. There's nothing to show about that. Okay, we can see what God, the consequence of people who have chosen to live their life for God, how they are doing, how they are failing, how their lives have turned up to be. We can see the lives of politicians who maybe, okay, those with good leadership skills, those with bad leadership skills, those who steal from the government, those who live their lives who do things that are not pleasing, that are not beneficial to the public, how their lives also turn out to be. Okay, we've seen, okay, it's not something that we can argue about. Whatever you do, there is a consequence. So whether good or evil, whether praising to God or not praising to God. So it's my urge, it's my my urge to you, just don't steal, just don't entertain. When your inside tells you to take something that does not belong to you from somewhere, just bite it off, just brush it off and continue. If you have to acquire something, just look for better ways to acquire it. God blesses the works of your hands. Let it be that when the Lord comes to bless the works of your hand, He'll find that the works that you are doing are genuine. The income that you are generating is genuine. The actions that you are doing are helping. And that is what the Lord is going to magnify, to bless the people out there through you, and also to increase you in His giftings. He's going to multiply. Okay, you remember the parable of the men with talent, of the men with talents. Some were given few, some were given many. Those who multiplied what they had were given more when the master came back, and those who chose not to do anything with it, the little that they had was taken away from them. That is how it is. Just use whatever good things the Lord has blessed you with, because the Lord has deposited something in each and every person, each and every individual, and that thing should be used for its glory. Do not allow yourself to be used by the devil. Teach your children the ways of the Lord. Teach yourself to be make the Bible, the word of the Lord, close to your heart, so that you may be able to know God's will, and you may easily pursue Him through the Bible. That you may easily pursue Him, that you may easily acquire the disciplines that He expects you to acquire, and at the end of it all, your life will be pleasing before the. This life is not your own, and stealing will not help you. Stealing has never helped anybody. Yes, you may see it as an instant solution for a moment, but the consequences is just pathetic, just too heavy. It's just a burden too heavy to bear. Do not make your back a place where it will load all that. Just do your genuine life and allow yourself to be used by the Lord for what He has created in you. And that is the end of my sharing today. I hope you have been inspired. I hope you're going to share with another person, and just encourage them to embrace doing honest works. Encourage them to do works that are pleasing to the Lord for God's glory. You are created by the Lord for God, and only you, and only the acts that are done for God, that are good and pleasing, that are beneficial to you and the people. The rest are waste, and they will waste your time and resources. They will shut the resources that God deposited in your inside and make them, and that is not the will of God for your life. God's will is that you prosper. God's will is that you will acquire, you utilize the giftings that He has given you for His glory, for His kingdom, for His people, and so that the works of the Lord here on earth will continue and through you. Remember that you are a vessel that can be used by the Lord, and you are a clay, and God is the potter. Just allow yourself to be molded by Him, to be a vessel that He desires to. And whatever you do, just remember that you are doing it for the Lord. Be blessed and have a fruitful month. God bless you.